In today's video, I'm going to replace a piece of exhaust pipe that is missing from an older vehicle. It's about 3 or 4 feet long, and I'm going to illustrate some tools you could use to do a job like that.
Here's our problem. The exhaust pipe here, that's going towards the front of the car. And if we go way back here, we'll see our muffler. So we got quite the section that we're missing.
If you're using an old section of pipe like I am, this thing was hanging in my shed for years, make sure to take an old piece of wire or something like that and run it through. Make sure it comes out the other end like this one does, just in case a mouse didn't crawl in there and die or something. I'm going to go through some of the products that I'm going to use for this exhaust repair project of mine. I got a receipt here. I'm going to read off the prices as I go and what they are. Well, firstly, J-B Weld high heat putty. I got that off of Amazon. I'll put a link to that. Here's a universal metal strap kit for hanging exhaust pipe. That I got off Amazon too. So what you want to do is, once you measure your pipe, know what you're dealing with, and I think I explained how we're going to link our parts together. So this, what I was looking for to link them together, is a 1 3/4 or 44 millimeters outside diameter, because that's the width of this pipe. So what I'm going to do is connect these parts together like so. Oops. Like that type of thing. So this union here, find this on my receipt, they cost let's see here, $6 Canadian in September of 2020. The clamps, they were $3.99 each. So our clamps are going to go over like this. That's all you do there. Put your clamp on, and we got our nuts to go on there. Another thing I got, which is always handy, if I don't use it I'll take it back. I paid $14.99 for this piece of flex pipe, and you can see why they call it flex pipe. I can bend this to shape. I need that, and our flex pipe comes with a clamp in it like that. So as we go through this, I'll go into more detail. I'll show you how to use the J-B Weld. This is awesome stuff. If you want the high heat stuff, it specifically says on it you can use it for exhausts and mufflers and things like that.
So I cut that section off of my pipe so that I got the pipe laid out approximately where I want it. My plan is I'm going to cut some horizontal lines in this end and then compress it together, and with a little luck I'll be able to force it in there, and then I'll use our J-B Weld. Now I just got this held up with a bungee cord around the axle. I'm gonna have to cut it around here also, because the pipe's I'm gonna have to get an elbow and make it so that it'll go up over the rear axle.
I've cut the horizontal lines down the end of my exhaust pipe here, took the hammer to them and compressed that enough that I should be able to force that into the other end of the pipe. I cut another section off of that spare piece of pipe I had, put my grooves in it again, pounded them together so that this piece will fit into my muffler. I'm going to pound that into place, and then we're going to use our J-B Weld to seal this up. So I'm going to cut a hunk of this J-B Weld off, and then you just knead it all together, which is why I got these gloves on. And I'm going to use quite a bit of it. And you don't have to do this, but I always find I have good luck when I do it. If you got a bit of old screen or something like that, or this is, I use these little patches for small portions of bodywork I have to do, I'm going to put a bit of that on there. I find it holds the J-B Weld in a bit better. But this is pretty thick. You don't have to do it. Like I say, it's just something I always did. And let's start with, I don't know, something about that size. Now, something I want to mention before I forget, this is about as redneck a repair as you can do for exhaust work. And give you a backstory just to let you know, this vehicle is my son's vehicle. It's a 2007 Toyota Echo, and he paid $800 for it over a year ago. He's running back and forth to college with it, so he's already got his money's worth out of it. What I'm getting at here is, if you have a newer vehicle, obviously this is not something you want to be doing to something that you got some money invested in. That car in Canada, when you get a vehicle inspection, the inspection is valid for 2 years, so there's another year left on that inspection. And if this will keep that car on the road for another year, then bonus. The redneck exhaust repair job is complete. Here's our muffler. There's where we use the J-B Weld so that we put the extension onto the muffler. I used a clamp. I decided to go with the flex pipe. It comes out here. Another clamp. And there's that old piece of exhaust that I cut out for the spare. And you can see up here more J-B Weld. Lots of it up there, and I used some of that mesh metal screen I was talking about. Now let's start the car up and see how it sounds.